Worldwide, here is Bill Shope.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Community Corner. I am blessed to have three wonderful ladies with me today. I've got Barb Setzer from the Director of Access Scioto County, Amelia Mansfield of Burton Planning Group, and Gina Collinsworth of the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Morning. Good morning. Thank you. Well,
great. It's great to have you on. Go right ahead.
How you doing, everybody? It's great to be on Community Corner. And Bill, thank you so much for taking the show over and making sure it's going strong in the community. It's such a great show.
Well, thank you very much, and I think I'm talking to somebody that helped set the precedent for that. So, thank you for keeping a high bar there, Gina. Hey, listen, you guys have got a great amount of information to get out and things that are really pertinent to our region. So I'm going to get started with just some general questions, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
All right. What is the Scioto Coordinated Transportation Plan?
Barb, do you want to take a stab? I'll start, and then I'll let Barb talk about it, because Barb, as the Director of Access Scioto County, it's really a plan that Access Scioto County has a lot of ownership for. But this is Gina Collinsworth, and I'm working with the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission. And one of the things we do is coordinate planning for the whole region, and that includes 12 counties. Scioto County is one of them. So one of the things we do at OVRDC is we're the home of a regional transportation planning organization. And the whole goal with that kind of activity is to try to conduct transportation studies and assist with development and funding of transportation-related projects. It always comes down to local interests and issues. And so with us, we want to make sure that our regional transportation and our counties have support for those things. So what we're working on, the Scioto County Coordinated Transportation Plan, it is actually an update. And the whole history of it started back in 2016 with a coordinated plan for Scioto County that helped us qualify for funding that's out there coming from state and federal sources. And it also, in that planning process, found some undocumented needs, things that were out there transportation-wise that we didn't know we needed back in 2016. And then the most important thing, I think, that came out of the plan originally was we developed goals and strategies to enhance countywide coordination. So the transit plan we're working on now is an update, and Barb at Access Scioto County, she probably can tell you a little bit about the state of Scioto County transportation.
Absolutely. Bill, what it does is identify the community's resources for transportation. We list all the transportation services in Scioto County and surrounding counties that we know of. So we need help with that. If anyone knows if we've left anyone out, we need help in getting all those listed. And then it helps us understand the unmet needs within those resources for the transportation industry. If they have any needs that need met, it helps us to understand and try to help them to get the help that they need. And it determines what approach to take in addressing those unmet needs. Those unmet needs could be for the elderly, it could be for the low income, it could be for people with disability, or just the general public needing access to employment or medical facilities or recreational needs. So what it does is just takes a survey of our area, Scioto County, and lets us know what unmet needs are not being reached. How can we reach those needs? And how can we get the funding that can support reaching those needs?
Well, I know Access Scioto County covers a lot of ground, and it is a much-needed service in our area, especially as our population ages, and, there are a lot of people that need transportation, and you guys help provide that, and I think you guys are wonderful. You talked about why it's important to residents. Who are some of the people that are involved in the planning process?
We have the Portsmouth Taxi Company. We have the Portsmouth Ambulance Company. We have the Department of Job and Family Services. We have the Shawnee State University. We have SMC Hospital, King's Daughters Hospital. various rehab facilities around the area. We have several community members and leaders that are involved. Everyone trying to do their part to help reach those needs.
Oh, great.
Bill, also, this is Gina. I just wanted to bring Amelia into the conversation because, if it weren't for Amelia and their participation at Burton Planning, they've kind of organized everything to bring those people to the table. So definitely wanted Amelia to get in on that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Stephanie, Gina, and so I apologize. So Burton Planning Services, in partnership with Gannett Fleming, two planning firms, are managing this project with Access Scioto County and OVRDCs significant help. And what we have done is we have taken all of those bits and pieces of needs assessment information that Barb was mentioning, and we put them together in a document that is now available online, and we'll give you that link in a bit here. And in there, it gives you a nice overview of where all of those different locations are that people are wanting to get to or need to get to. It's showing where there are different communities of people who might need access to transportation services more so than others. And it shows maps, it gives data. It doesn't matter what kind of information you like or are interested in seeing. We have a bit of everything in there. And then we took that information and we were able to work with all of those different partners that we were talking about a few minutes ago and put together a bunch of different goals and strategies and different projects that are listed in the planning document. And we would love for everyone to take a look at those and get back to us in the next few weeks and let us know if we missed anything. This is Scioto County's plan, and we definitely don't want to leave anything out. If you think there should be transportation services in your neighborhood and there aren't currently, or if you have a particular need, then we want to make sure that's captured in there.
Amelia, since I've got you here right now, Ohio's kind of a unique state, has a lot of rural area as well as some really heavy populated parts of our state. What are some of the transportation priorities and challenges and successes for the state of Ohio?
A challenge that goes beyond the type of community. So if we're looking at rural communities, if we're looking at large cities, if we're looking at suburbs, there's always a need for public transit. And then whether that's just the typical community bus that people are familiar with using, or if that's a more specialized service for people with different abilities or specific needs of getting to third shift work environments and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That challenge in providing those services to meet everyone's needs goes beyond community boundaries and demographics and experience of the community in providing those services. Something that across Ohio that has been a real success in the past years has been providing safer opportunities and easier opportunities for people to walk and ride bikes to get to those public transit locations or to get to where they need to go. But there obviously are still people that are not physically able or aren't interested in walking or biking or driving their own vehicle. And so providing transit services is really essential to making sure that everyone can get to where they need to go. And that is across all of Ohio.
Okay, well, let me open this up to everybody here that we're talking with today. Do you guys see any similarities or some unique findings for our county as compared to other counties with which you've worked? And, what are some of the interesting preliminary results or findings that you've learned to this point?
I'll take a stab at that. This is Gina. I was very interested to learn that people in the surveys and the preliminary data that we collected, people were definitely talking about InterCounty Connections, which I hadn't even thought of. I mean, this is, after all, the Scioto County plan, but one thing that came up was the need to be connected to, for instance, Lawrence County. and other counties. So I know that through her work with Access Scioto County, they actually are, out in the county, but I thought maybe Barb might want to talk a little bit about that. It was interesting to me to find out that we had people in Scioto County that were dreaming big and wanting to move the Scioto County transportation plan and connect it out to Lawrence. And was that a surprise to you as well, Barb? I thought that was...
Well, no, we have had a few calls in the past for people wanting transportation, getting to Ironton and to Ashland, Kentucky. But, yeah, I mean, that's something that really, if we could get with, TSA, we could work something out, coordinate something with them, a meeting point, perhaps, or something like that. We do the Go Bus. We are a Go Bus connector here in Scioto County. We do, if you need a ride to the Go Bus, that's that green bus that goes to Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus. We do have a drop in Piketon, Ohio, that if you call and schedule that, we can get you there. But other than that, there is no inter-community county transportation, and that is something that is very lacking. Even to get, people have doctor's appointments in Chillicothe, up at Adeno, or any of those other places in Columbus, and they have limited options there.
Well, how can people help in this entire process?
I can chime in there. This is Amelia again. There are a few ways that people can help. The first is they are always welcome to give us a call. We have been directing people to call Gina at OVRDC or to call Barb at Access Scioto County and let them know what their concerns or questions are, or if anything is missing in the draft plan, or if they weren't able to make it to a public meeting, they're welcome to give a call and share their thoughts that way. And then also we have the project website, which has information on the community meetings that were held over the past month, and it has that draft document available for download. So if people are interested in looking at things online, they can go to burtonplanning.com/Scioto County Coordinated Plan, or they are always welcome again to reach out to Gina or Barb, and I'll let them give their information.
For me, it's OVRDC.org, and once you land on that page, you can pretty much get over to transportation and find what you need there.
And this is Barb. For me, it's asctransit.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Access Scioto County Public Transit or Lawrenceburg Dial-A-Ride.
Okay, thank you. If the three of you have time, I've just got two more quick questions. Gina, up for you. Why is the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission involved in this planning project?
It's wonderful to think about our role in the region is basically just to connect people to opportunities. So we are Community and Economic Development Commission, and we work with state, local, and federal funding to bring project money to the area. And usually, we're working with local governments or nonprofits, but we do sometimes work with businesses on funding. But usually our role is planning and funding and connecting people to that. So in Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission's role through transportation, we are the Regional Transportation Planning Organization, which means we kind of help coordinate with ODOT. So this big state agency, the Ohio Department of Transportation, they need some kind of connection down to the local level, and that's usually what our role is. So we conduct meetings and monthly meetings, and right now we're doing a county caucus-wide meeting. So we go into the community in the county and we listen to leaders and hear what the needs are, and then we try to connect those needs to the funding that's out there. So that's kind of our role, and it's very rewarding, actually, to be able to find the funding that's out there. And, especially now with all the challenges that we're facing as far as COVID and all the way it's disrupted a lot of our businesses and our services, there's quite a bit of funding out there as well. And so for some of those challenges that we're all facing in our government services and then just your basic needs, it's great to be able to connect our communities to the funding that's available and help them write the grants that they need or, the project, figure out the project. And this plan that we're working on now, sometimes wouldn't think that the planning would be important, but actually planning is the first step to connecting to funding. And that's another thing about this Scioto County plan. Once we're finished with this will also qualify the county for more funding through ODOT. So that's our role at OVRDC. And, it's also wonderful to have partners like Barb and Amelia because everyone does their part and we're all working together. And that's the other role of OVRDC is really coordinating opportunities for people to work together. So it's a great job for me, Bill. I love it.
Well, it sounds like this entire project is really a team effort. Last question, just briefly, what are the plans for moving forward after the survey and plan are complete and publicized?
After that, we need to go to the commissioners and let them review it and have them adopt it. And then following that, the committee members have set goals to meet at least twice a year to keep this updated and make sure that we are remaining on track with the plan. And if anything needs changed or altered, that we can do that in a timely manner.
It definitely sounds like a plan, and I'm grateful for the time that you had for me today. Ladies, you were wonderful, really informative about a very necessary service in our region. And I wish you the best of luck. And as you get towards the end of this, please, let's get back on again and let people know what, final results are, and let's keep our public informed. And this is definitely an extremely positive event and things that you're creating. Very grateful to you. Thank you very much.
It's so important, for Scioto County. And the last word will be, like Barb mentioned, on our Facebook page and on our website, we're going to put out a link. And if anyone listening would take the time to go and fill out the survey and give your feedback, that'll just make the plan even stronger. So thank you, Bill, for the time.
Well, that's okay.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, Barb, Amelia, Gina, thank you for your time, and you're always welcome guest here.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you, and God bless, and have a great day.
You too. Stay warm.
You as well. Thank you.
The Community Action Organization of Scioto County has served our community